Hi guys, this is me, Dennis Hagov with you, and here's the sales shop. And finally, for a review, we have a Kingsong S22, S20, old name. So yeah, almost 1 year passed, as was said in my 2021 September review, when this one firstly show up to the world with all these renders and presentation from a Kingsong. So I was said what we will need to wait for the final production version about 1 year, and here we have today the June of 30. So, and we have here one prototype, not prototype, one firstly sent to us by the Air production one unit, and the all batch are also coming to us, but via the usual transport like the sea containers and ships. So we will need to wait additionally, I think, 1.5 months to receive them. And so finally, real stock in Europe will be 1 year after the first presentation of S22 was done. So here, quite clear situation, and I was right 1 year ago about it. So as usual, let's talk about this wheel. Firstly, from the overall ergonomics till the look, design, features, and my riding experience with that wheel, and my thoughts, my conclusion, final conclusion, what I'm thinking about this product. Okay, let's start from the beginning. So overall, the look of this wheel, the finish of materials are good, but not great in my opinion. So all these plastics, I feel that forms, all this small stuff like you can see here, but this plastic are not finished so great. But from another point, it is not looking so bad. So it is middle one range, when the quality and the performance are somewhere in the middle here. So if we will compare for example, with InMotion V12 HT, V12. So here all this plastic looking much more better, and all these corners, all this finish, when from the design part and from the manufacturer part. So here the InMotion clearly built much better, but here it's some middle one between the Bigodi and the InMotion about when we're speaking about the quality of the materials. From another one part, as I said, I feel that all this stuff are really working great, and I mean it is quite strong material. I feel that this one handle is really strong, and you cannot just take it and it will left in your hand. So for example, the trolley handle here, this is the metal one part, and for example, if we will compare with a master here, so the master trolley handle was plastic one and was broke immediately, after a few hours of riding, and when you try to take it with that handle, and this handle are just left in your hand. So here we have a this one metal part, and also another handle from the back side here also are built from the metal, and perform here much better for me function, and will be strong and durable for a long time. And this is what I definitely like. To take this wheel, it is quite heavy, 135 kilos. So if you are taking that wheel with a front handle here and you push it back handle, so idea is what this seat are cover here, you see it from the top, so it is covers the handle, and it is not so sometimes not so comfortable to take it here, to put here your hand. Not critical, but using the seat, so it's made you some type of discomfort, when you want to take this wheel from with both hands. Another one point, what this wheel have center weight center of gravity on the back, because of all this suspension. You can see it from the back. So anytime when you switch off your wheel or just take the handle, you know, and take it to the transport mode, so automatically the wheel are going on the back, always on the back, because this back side is quite heavy here. So you need to immediately start to taking it, you know, with your both hands. And sometimes I am not grabbing with a front part, but I'm grabbing it with a handle, and handle are just sometimes just opens here. So you just need to adaptate to take it with this front part here. But as I said, for me it is, you know, like by the feeling I always want to take with this one handle, but I think with a time I will show up normally for me, and I will just adapt to manipulate with that wheel better, because I was riding only about 40 kilos now with this wheel yesterday. So overall, as I said, the design look of this wheel, yes, is quite unique. And firstly, when it was shown up with renders from the manufacturers, it's really looked nice. And what we see now in production version, it is almost similar, not 100% like it was on the render, but it is quite similar. And overall design, as I said, unique, and it seems like I see here some type of culture of Asia, you know, countries. It is Asian design, like I don't know, even it's more like Chinese design or like Japan samurai design, something like that. But it's definitely you feel that this wheel was designed and built in Asia here. So not bad, but just it is not looking like the Europe one. So let's talk now about the ergonomics. So first of all, I want to get a little bit back about speaking about the trolling wheel and trolley handle. You can see on the video, but from the first minutes I think I decide that best way to trolley it's like the trolley the bigodi RS, when you have a trolley handle from the back. So what you do, you can see on the video, but you just do few manipulations with it, and it is, these manipulations are really don't take a lot of time and discomfort for you. You just take it with a front with handle, push it up, turn immediately the wheel, and when you are ready to trolley, and after you're done, you push it back with your one hand, turn it back to the front side, put your leg and push down the trolley handle, and you are ready to ride. So I found this solution quite comfortable. The length of the trolley with my handle, with my height, 1.85 meters, in my opinion should be a little bit higher here, but not critical. I can use it, but for me, I think a few more centimeters would be much better here in that situation. But overall, as I said, I like that, and it is quite easy to do all this manipulation I was showing on the video. The second one part is about the overall how you feel, how you're comfort enough to when you're riding with that wheel. So overall, all these spots you can see here, these spots for the jumps and these spots for the acceleration and braking. I had the mixed opinion when I saw it firstly, and when I just take all this stuff, you know, from the box. But when I put all these spots correctly by my needs, by how I feel them now, so overall I can say that it is comfortable to ride with all this stuff you get from the box. And for the normal usual riding, I don't even think you need to do something here better. Just like it is from the box, it is really very comfortable. And only one small moment here, but this part for the braking, so the length of all this part, in my opinion, should be a little bit smaller by a few centimeters, because when I put them in the way I will accelerate good here, and I immediately can get with my legs to the front part of the pads to push it on acceleration. So if here it is comfortable to push on acceleration when the backside are too far away from the leg, and I need to find with my legs, and I need to go back much more harder to grab this pads for the braking. So if I will push it a little bit, in the front, so I will not be able, to get them easily on the accelerating. I will need to push more, will need to lean forward more here. So as I said, a little bit shorter would be much greater here, but overall it is comfortable, and I don't feel any discomfort when I'm riding with that wheel. All seems quite nice here. Only one also moment here, but this part here, as you can see, this wheel quite wide here, so this part here, when the legs are going on the pedals, so I feel here what I need to grab that wheel always. It is no way I can ergonomically ride not holding here the wheel with my legs. So your legs will be always, pressed by the wheel from the two sides here. So not possible to ride somehow not touching the wheel. Of course you can spread your legs and go like but this is not ergonomic, right? So you will definitely not be able to ride the long distance like that. So always you just need to know that you will always push that wheel with your legs when you are riding here. I cannot say that this is the big minus, but this is the moment you just need to understand. But this wheel are quite wide. The overall placement of the pedals here and placement of your body quite great, and I feel comfortable when I'm riding. I feel what all pads and so on, angle of the pedals all this stuff are really ergonomic. And with my height 1 meter and 85 centimeters, I found that all the solutions are really normal to me to ride it comfortably as it is from the box. So about the foot plates, so as you can see, we have here additional type to lower the pedals, down a little bit. So I did it immediately when I take the wheel from the box. I like the lower position of the pedals usually to make the wheel accelerating and braking better here, because you have bigger, pressing power. Like that, when you have a bigger place from the center of the wheel till the pedals, so it is better to manipulate with that wheel, and also it is much stable when the pedals are lower here. So this wheel can go fast enough, 70 kilometers per hour, so the placement of a pedal in lower position, in my opinion, a better solution, just to have much more stability when you ride. Only one what I can say about these pedals is what these ships are made inside the pedals, so you cannot change them, and all these pedals are just pressed by the press, so it is not quite strong, so if you will ride this wheel aggressively, you have big possibility that you will broke your pedals on jump or even if the wheel will drop maybe somehow and hit some type of obstacle, and it also can break here. So definitely we're using some type of a custom CNC pedals with stronger material would be better here, in my opinion, and definitely need to be changed just to ensure that you never lose your pedal in some situation when you have a jump or something like that. So here the moment, maybe in the future Kingsong will provide the better pedals here, but like the optional parts maybe, or maybe some other manufacturers who make the pedals will also provide us better solution here for the pedals to just to have them stronger here. About the lights, so the idea is what I like. The idea is what we have two separate lights, and you can just adjust it quite easily, in the way like you want to these lights to spread around the road. And these lights are really bright, and you can just adjust them as you wish, and one, for example, forward, one or two forward, made it like the long lights, you know. Possibility to adjust the lights are really great, and you just need to understand what it's also have automatic light daylight sensor, so if it will go dark, the lights automatically can be switched on. Really great feature for a modern wheel here, and you can adjust all these lights by your needs. If you're going, you know, somewhere with a lot of people, you know, going from the front, so you just easily can push all these lights to the ground, you know, and you will not bright any other, you know, players who are going from the front. If you are going along somewhere off road, you can just put that lights to the more like to the forward to see all the situation and so on. So yes, this one great, and the lights are really I like them. I like these lights. About the screen. Yes, as I was thinking, the screen are bright enough. You can see always in the daylights, and if the sun are going, direct sunlight going to the screen, you can see it. No problem here, but also we have here no graphics, no possibility to control the wheel, to adjust, you know, some features of the wheel from the menu. So. And the idea is what this screen are on the top and quite move it quite back, you know, between your legs. So when you're going on acceleration, when you're going fast, you cannot see that screen because you use your helmet, and you need to go, you know, to see it between your legs on the high speed. So it is not comfortable. Not so ergonomically comfortable to see that, and on the high speeds it's really useless one stuff. But when you're going till 30 and you can see that screen, you can see the speed, but from another point you don't need to see that screen because we are going low speeds here. So some type of idea what I didn't like here, and I think that all these screens need to be shown, you know, in the front of the wheel. Need to be designed somehow similar like the InMotion V12 done, but this is the front part of the wheel, and you can read it. It is easy readable when you're going fast, you know. But anyway, no possibility to adjust the wheel, and no graphics here. We need to see all this, you know, stuff. I want to see all this stuff in the new modern wheels now, and InMotion did this, and I hope the Kingsong and other manufacturers will also do that in the future modern wheels here. About the riding with a seat, so it is, as I said before, what the center, you know, of gravity are going on the back, and the seat here, the placement also on the back. So it is when you're riding seated with that wheel, the wheel always wants to brake. And to go fast forward, you know, you need to lean with all your body, with all your head, much more forward, you know, to accelerate it. And when you just stop accelerate, when you want to sit, you know, correctly, we will immediately start braking. So not comfortable. I am not a big fan of riding seated, but as I see that this is not such a comfortable to ride like that. Even sometimes I try to push with my hand, you know, when I'm accelerating, I just push that wheel with my hand to help it accelerate, you know, better. But as I said, when I release all and I sit normally, so the wheel immediately start braking here. So design part, you can do that, but not, in my opinion, so great to honestly, you know, to ride like that. About the suspension, and suspension, really the Kingsong made really great job. They put here the shock spring suspension with a spring, you know, and you can normally now adjust all these preloads, rebounds and so on. And it took for me, I don't know, it took for me a few minutes to adjust it, quite easily. I was knowing when I start riding what I need to adjust to make it better here, and all these possibilities of adjustments and the spring. It's much better solution when we have these air suspensions in the Bigode Masters and so on. So this solution, in my opinion, much better. And even if you don't like this DNA shock, I think, so you can always find in the market another shocks, better for like the Fox. It will cost you additional 400, 600 euros, to buy the good manufactured professional, shock here. But if you will install it here, you will have definitely ultimate, possibilities to adjust and control and get all the benefits from the electric unicycle with a suspension. But as it is quite good for me to riding with all needs I have to a wheel. So as I said, overall I like the suspension from the box. And another one point what I want to say also, that this is the production one model, no more prototypes, and from the box as it is, the suspension just working great. I had no problems that it is somehow not works, but in some position it is just you cannot push it easily. No, this one is working great. But another one point is that this parts, where the suspension are moved, are lubricated from the factory with some type of oil, lubricant. So idea is that using some type of oil lubricant in the suspension for the off-road wheels are not really great, because all this mud and sand will mix together with this lubricant and definitely will kill all your suspension here, and you will need to change all this moving parts quite often here. So if you are planning to use it in the mud conditions, in the real off-road with a lot of sand and dust, so you need to clear all these moving parts from this lubricant, and only after that you are ready to go. And overall, as you can see, these suspension are working quite good now from the box, but I really don't think this wheel are really ultimate off-road one machine here. So this is my opinion, and I will talk about a little bit later about that. Well, another point I just remember now, what I didn't like here, but if you want to grab here with this handle, you can see here the wires are going to the headlights, and the idea is when you grab here with the hands, you also grab both wires here. So you need to grab with hand and with your fingers to push, to move these wires, and these wires are here using. So idea is, so if you will, for example, if you are going with a motorcycle gloves, you cannot feel that these wires, and I think you can even grab together, and if you will push it, you can cut the wires here. So I think here the solution are not great, and Kingsong need to do something just to these wires not to go like that very very close to the trolley handle. Not a big problem, but I didn't like that. But every time I grab it together with the wires, and I need to clear here the room for the handle and then take it out. So maybe something will be fixed also here with that wheel. So about the motor, and the motor, you can see it is quite unique design, and I like it, something what we was seeing in the render, and I like that, what in motion, and I like that what Kingsong made some new type of a design of this wheel, and yes, why not? So this motor is high-speed one version, and even what it has 126 volts, doesn't mean that it needs to be very fast, in the all range of the speed, and it will provide you all this power of 126 volts in the all this range from the 0 till 70. No, it is not working like that, and I was quite often was explaining the meaning of high speeds and high torques motor when the efficiency of motors are in the different range of RPMs here and so on. So we here see the same situation, what this wheel, this motor are not providing torque, on acceleration and braking till the speed 35 kilometers per hour. So from the 0 till the 35 it is quite lazy, and you need to push it with all your body to make it accelerate fast and brake fast. So what this mean? What from the one point it is accelerates and provides you power when you push it hard, but you need to push it hard. So if you are riding not extremely hard, it does not provide you permanently that power, and when you're driving 30-40 kilometers per one run, you understand what this wheel don't want to operate easily with that power in such a speed, and after that you just give up and just riding like the wheel want to ride, and you see what usually your speed and acceleration are not so great and not so fast, and you feel what wheels are just don't want to go really accelerating fast, and so on. So but situation are changing completely when the speed reach 35 kilometers and you keep accelerating. So after that the motor get all this power and new life. And you feel that, for example, if you lean in one position from the 0 and stay in that position, so that till 35 it will accelerate not fast, yes, but if you will stay in the same position and the acceleration will continue, so after 35 you feel like we will start accelerating much faster, much easier, and you feel all this power are coming to you. So, and even sometimes you need to lean back a little bit to compensate that acceleration, because it is not a linear acceleration. It will be, like going like that, and then after that, after the 35, it is going like that. The power are going. So, yes, here understand. But from another point, but when you reach with speed 35 and go on acceleration, and all this power come, so till the 70 kilometers per hour, the maximum speed it is can go now, all fine. And in all this range from the 35 till the 70, you have power, you feel that power, but it is easy for the wheel to accelerate, and you are not afraid what this wheel are push your back, or you feel what the motor working on the limits here. So not like that. It is constructed technically, I mean the motor constructed technically to go fast, here, and this is, I think, yes, why not, it is great. So nothing similar to the Master, because Master have high torque motors and it is accelerates in all range of the speed, and from 0 Master are much more powerful, much more faster. But from the 35 I think they both are working like, the power are quite same here, in my opinion. Even for me riding the S22 give me a feeling of the safety and stability more than the Master gives. But this is not only about the motor, but also Master have higher pedals, from the ground, so not so stable. The tire of a Master with knobby are not so stable on the high speeds for me. And overall the shock absorber air are working, not providing me quite good information, and I was not able to adjust it like I want. So all this all this stuff are providing me much more better stability in the Kingsong here. So I feel that in the high speed I just can relaxedly go 60-65 with no problems, and I feel that this wheel in that range have power enough, and I feel riding such a speed really feels safe. So yes, about the tire. This tire, I think for the 20-inch wheel from the box, it is the best tire I see now. It is better than we see stick knobby tires, better than the Sherman knobby tire have. It is not so noisy. It is have a knobbies, and it is predictably controllable on the high speed. So I have no words here. Great job, good tire, and I definitely recommend to use that tire if you are mixed rider, off-road and road rider. So change the tire of your RS in, I don't know, Sherman and Master to this one tire, and for me this is really great one. Only I have one moment here, but this tire not, it is not a road tire, of course, it is a knobby tire, so the form, for profile here should be a little bit more, like the egg, and because sometimes in the high-speed cornering I feel that the tire are going deep when you reach the border here and you want to push it more, I feel that in that moment it's a little bit wingy, but overall I like that. And as I said, from the box, like the mixed riding style tire, it is really very great, and I even don't think I need to change something here. I just like it is from the box. So as you can see from my review, it has some minuses, small minuses, but all these minuses, as I think, are not critical for that wheel. Not critical, and you can live with all this wheel like it is from the box. And this is what I found, and I found this really nice. I found what in the Kingsong made a really great job. What you don't need, to keep buying almost the same day when you order your wheel from the manufacturer. You change your pads, you're ordering pads, you're ordering lights, you're ordering I don't know, some type of plastic shells, you're ordering foot plates, and so on. So you can just take it from the box and ride it, and I like that. About the button, power on button, it is placed, this was, a lot of the speeches was here from the community about the powering on, but idea is, it is quite easily to grab this power button here, and immediately you have access to power on or power off a wheel. It is not somewhere deep. It is just on the corner, on the border, here, so you can find it with one finger and easily access it. But the situation are completely different about the charging, and charging this wheel, it is real nightmare. You need to push up this handle, you need to push in the sides these wires, and you need to unplug these rubber inserts, covers where somewhere, and overall the charging ports we're using 5 pins, I think, or 6 pins, so it is the charger not like the USB port when you just push it in the hole. So it is around, and you need to find the place when you need to push that from the bottom. You find it, you grab it, you twist it until you find these pins and push it in the charging mode. So really not great, and not easy one solution, when you need to charge that wheel. But as it is not great, but you can live with that, I think. But another one point what I like it from the box, but what we have the 5 amps charger included in the box. So 5 amps for such a powerful and quite big capacity battery. It is really great because it has 2 charging ports, and you have good 5 amps charger from the box. If you want, you can buy another additional 5 amp charger original, and you will have 10 amps to charge that wheel. And this is really, I think this is really great, because for example for the Bigodi Master we're still using 3 amps. So 3 amps, and if you need to buy, you will buy also 3 amps and you have only 6 amps here. So better solution for the Kingsong, and we was writing to the big Audi, but don't stop using this 3 amps charger, they are useless. You need to start using even at least 5 amps chargers for your wheels, but still Masters have only 3 amps and the Kingsong has 5 amps. Really great job from the Kingsong here. So overall, as I said, my feeling of riding, my experience of riding, and my conclusion, what I like that wheel from the box, like the ergonomics, like the features, like all this, trolleys. I like the main, what I like riding style of that wheel, and I like the suspension, what I can adjust to work correctly. And I think if we will not talk about how long it will last, because I don't know, we will see this with what time, but from the box now how it is I think the best suspension of a wheel that we can have from the box, with this shock and with all these adjustments. I just can adjust it perfectly, and really I have so much more information from the S22 compared to the Master, information from the suspension and from the roads. I feel that wheel like the normal. With a Master I was afraid to go fast. With such wheel I can go, and I'm not afraid that this suspension will in some moments will behave unpredictable to me. This one is my biggest fear, but I really fear that in some moments the suspension will bumps and I will lose control of the wheel. So here all predictable, and I can go in every speed I can go, just can go fast, and all working fine, and it helps me just all going really here, all going fine, and I really like how it's worked now from the box, and we'll see how long it will last here. So overall, if you will ask me what wheel I should buy for me, for example, Master or Kingsong. So for my riding style, I am not extreme rider, I am not jumper, not jumping from the ramps, I am not going crazy off-roads in the forest on the high speed and going up hills, down hills and so on crazily. No, I am just I like to ride fast sometimes, but usually I am riding with my pleasure, with speeds about 40-45 kilos till 50, just pleasure ride all around, and I happy more than enough. So in my such a riding style, I would like to take Kingsong here, because all of these benefits I was talking already 30 minutes now. So it is more closer to my needs than the Master. Yes, Master is much more powerful. The suspension is bouncing, and I think in some conditions in off-road riding it is better. The pedals are higher, you cannot just hit the ground somewhere in off-road, and all this crazy power, crazy torque from the zero it provides. Yes, for the extreme riders it will be much better product here, but it is like the cars, the cars compare, if we will compare the cars. So the Kingsong here is like the BMW X7 SUV, it is big, comfortable, and you get your pleasure when you're riding, you get this comfort. Nothing is, bouncing inside, so you don't have some free, room for the suspension. It's no noise, no nothing. It is just rides, and rides very quiet. Rides very quiet, and you get all this power, you get all this comfort, and you like to ride with all this comfort. If you want, you can ride fast, like with this SUV. If you need to pass some off-road path, it will pass like this X7, it also will pass, but it's not built, to be every day in that off-road. This is my opinion. So here the Master is more aggressive wheel for the most aggressive riders here. So for my needs, S22 is better. And I think this is the reason as we already sold our master demo unit, because I don't find this deep, how to say, this connection between me and the master. Yes, it is powerful, it is fun to write, but for me, as I said, I tried the Kingsong and I feel that this is the right one product I want to write, every day. So this is only my opinion. If you will ask me what the difference, and I hope this is quite, my explaining will be quite clear to you here. And I think that's it about this product. I will keep using that wheel, and I think I will make more review in the path of 500, 1000 kilometers, and we will see how this wheel will behave. Only one last point I want to speak about is about the upgrades, and here the interesting part, what from the original Kingsong app, it was said that my control board version 1.90 was up to date and I don't need to update something. But when I was connected via dealership program, Softtune Kingsong program for the dealers, it is show me that we have at least 2 more upgrades for the drive board, and now I upgraded to a 2.22 version, and also 2 upgrades to the BMS block, and I also upgraded BMS block here. And the point is please keep it in mind that the upgrade of the drive board took about 7-8 minutes, I think, quite fast. But when you will upgrade your BMS board, so BMS upgraded 21 minutes. So it took to me 21 minutes to upgrade it, and it took about 80-90% of battery in my mobile phone. So keep it in mind that this will long last, and ensure before you start BMS upgrade that you have enough battery life in your mobile phone to take the time for upgrading, just not to power off during the during the upgrade. This will, what I meaning about what this can kill, kill the electronics here. So yes, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. Denis Hagov. Next review, I hope we will see this year the V13 by InMotion. I hope we will see it that this year. We also are now not providing any information. They want to finish it up, as I know, and want to at least start some type of a production to send, batches, and after that they will officially present it to the world. So they don't want firstly present it and then keep waiting for all clients all around the world for such a long time. So I think for the InMotion lesson here are learned. But firstly you need to build something, to test it, and to be prepared for the mass production, and only after present it to all world. And I really think that this is like the business should be done here, just not to wait 1 year to see the final product here. So thank you for watching UCSL Shop, Denis Hagov. Bye bye guys.
Не думал, что так глубоко будет, если честно. Думал, что там будет небольшая лужа. Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй. Придурок, блин. Такие вот придурки безмозглые.